You wake up tired, so you make coffee. And by mid-morning, your head hurts. On a normal day, the same cup of coffee causes no problem. It is only after bed night. Today, let us look at why coffee may trigger a headache after poor sleep, and why the combination matters more than either one alone. I'm Dr. Jingduan Yang. This is ACES Health and Medicine. Let me tell you about Ray. Ray is 46 and runs a warehouse. He gets about 5 hours sleep and drinks 3 cups of coffee before 8. In his early 40s, headaches began 2 or 3 days a week, dull pain behind both eyes. He blamed his vision, then his age, then stress. I asked him to keep a simple 3 weeks diary: bedtime, wake-up time, coffee, and headache. The pattern was obvious. Every headache followed a short night. None happened on weekends. Yet on weekends, he drank the same coffee. When rested, no headache. When sleep-deprived, headache. That is not bad luck. It is not coincident. It is an interaction. Here's why. There is a chemical in your brain called adenosine. Think of it as sleep pressure. Imagine a tank that slowly fills while you are awake. The longer you stay awake, the fuller the tank becomes. That growing pressure is your body telling you it is time to rest. Sleep drains the tank. After a good night, you wake with much less pressure. After a short night, the tank is still partially full when your day begins. Now add coffee. Caffeine does not drain the tank. It temporarily covers the gauge, so you do not feel how full the tank is. The research have found that after severe sleep loss, the brain's adenosine system behaves differently. In simple terms, poor sleep changes how strongly the tiredness signal is received. That study used 24 hours without sleep in young volunteers. A 5-hour night is not the same, but the finding helps us understand the direction of the effect. Caffeine fits into the same receptors used by tiredness signal. That is why coffee feels energizing. It does not create energy. It temporarily blocks the signal of sleep pressure. The tank is still full, and it keeps filling while you're awake. When caffeine wears off, the gauge becomes visible again. Now you feel the pressure that was there all along. On a well-rested day, that may feel like an afternoon slump. After a bad night, the tank was already partially full before your first cup. So when the caffeine fades, the crush can feel much stronger. For some people, it becomes a headache. But why pain instead of simple tiredness? There are 2 likely reasons. First, poor sleep makes the nervous system more sensitive to pain. It does not merely make you complain more, it can lower the point at which the brain labels a sensation as painful. In studies, healthy people kept awake for one night became more sensitive to pain the next day. Their pain control system also worked less effectively. So after 5 hours sleep, Ren began the day with his pain sensitivity already turned up. A sensation he would normally ignore could now become a headache. Second, caffeine changes blood flow in the brain. When its effects wears off, that shift may contribute to headache. Now let us go beyond coffee because the large lesson is interaction. Denise is another composite. She's 48. For 6 months, she had a morning fog, poor balance, and one fall. Her daughter worried about early dementia. I asked about Denise used on nights she could not sleep. She sometimes combined a glass of wine with a over-the-counter sleep aid. Neither amount seemed excessive by itself, and about each one separately, she was right. But together, they pushed the same nervous system in the same direction. At 58, the body may also clear both more slowly. The combination can cause morning fog and unsteadiness. After the proper evaluation, we separate the two and address the reason she was not sleeping. Within about 2 weeks, the fog improved. Please do not assume that memory trouble, poor balance, or falls are caused by an interaction. These symptoms have many possible causes, some serious. Denise improved because she was properly evaluated. If you notice these changes, seek medical evaluation. The word I want you to remember is interaction. An interaction happens when the effects of two things together is different from either one alone. Grape is healthy, but it can change how the body processes certain medications. The same dose can then have a stronger effect than intended. The same principles apply to Denise. Wine and a sleep aid together created a stronger effect than either one alone. Here's an even simpler example. Two people cook dinner. Each adds what seemed like a normal amount of salt, not knowing the other already added it. The meal becomes too salty. No one intended to overdo it. The problem came from the combination. We often search for one bad food, one bad number, and one bad habit. But sometimes each item seems reasonable. It is the way they meet that creates the problem. Ray did not have a coffee problem alone. He had a caffeine after 5 hours of sleep problem. That distinction changes the solution. So, what would you do after a short night? 4 simple things. First, wait. Do not drink coffee the moment you wake. Give your body an hour or so to complete its natural waking process. Second, use less, perhaps half your euro amount. A sleep-deprived nervous system may be more sensitive. Third, drinking water and eat something before coffee, especially if an empty stomach or dehydration triggers symptoms. Fourth, avoid chasing the afternoon crush with another cup. Late caffeine can disturb the next night's sleep and repeat the cycle. If you drink coffee every day, do not stop suddenly. Caffeine withdrawal can itself cause headaches. The goal is thoughtful reduction, not abrupt withdrawal. A headache can sometimes signal something serious. Seek urgent care for a sudden severe headache, the worst headache of your life, or headache with fever, stiff neck, confusion, weakness, seizure, or vision change. Also seek care after a head injury for a new headache after age 50 or for headaches that steadily worsen. Those are not coffee questions. Please get medical help. Let me leave you with one idea. Coffee is not your enemy, but the same cup can affect a rested body and a sleep-deprived body very differently. Once you see this, you may notice interactions elsewhere among medications, food, sleep, stress, and age. Sometimes the problem is not one harmful thing. It is 2 ordinary things meeting at the wrong time. I'm Dr. Jing Duanyang. If you want to see where your own 4 dimensions stand, the free profile is linked below. Thank you for watching. Next, we're going to talk about what exactly coffee does to our memory.